looks like mental. It's absolutely mental. Let's have a look here. This is like mental.
So my name is Paul Darvill. I work for RM Sotheby's auction house, and Mike's invited me up today to have a look at a couple of cars that he's considering selling at auction. So today I'm here to appraise these two cars behind me, two 220 Mercedes. Here in front of the cars now, I'm just interested in looking at the condition. Are there any major defects? How recently were they restored? This is more of an appraisal of the physical item, and then we'll combine that appraisal with the history files and make an overall judgment as to their likely market value at the moment. So without further ado, let's go and have a look at the cars and see what we can find and see if there's anything I need to be worried about, or anything that Mike needs to be worried about, and go from there. Straight away, see the car's been restored. Yeah, at least maybe there's 2 phases of restoration. It's relatively recent. The blue car, paint-wise, cosmetically on the bodywork is much nicer. It's a better quality paint finish. The interior is a bit tired though, but probably made with better materials. The engine bay lets it down a bit. The engine bay is pretty mucky, as you can see. The white car looks like a bit of a cheaper paint job, a cheaper interior quality, although more recent, but someone's really spent a lot of money making the engine bay look nice. So between them, they're both cars that have areas that you could improve, but they're both pretty comparable, fairly fair. It'll be interesting to see the history files. That'll give me a better idea of what's underneath the paint. So it's going to look at the files and see what else it can tell us.
We're January 2018. Currently in the stage that we're now completely bare metalled. We've gone past the filler stage, so it's all filled now. It's in its second coat of primer, and then obviously then it will be start going in for paint. The main problem we had was with the doors, because the doors were, because they're aluminium, they're quite corroded. So we got them sandblasted, and then it revealed all kinds of problems. So we had to do an awful lot of repair work on the doors themselves. It was very tired at the beginning. Lots of bits on it were broken, and the trim wasn't in very good condition, and it had been painted so many times in its life. I think it had gone through a colour change at some point as well, which is all things we've had to deal with. But yeah, I mean, as a vehicle when it's completed, it's going to be in very good condition. I should think in the next sort of couple of months we should be back sort of as a car again.
We selected together the correct auctions, but it's all subject to the conditions of the car. Is the car good enough to feature in the 2RM auctions? So he'll be matching the numbers of the cars. If the engine isn't the original to the bodywork, that devalues the car significantly. But the blue car, I think at auction, probably at Pebble Beach if to do it, I think about $170,000 is my opinion. If you look at the white car, I think that's not as good. It's not got the providence, so I'm going to go for that at $110,000. Are you nearly ready for me? Or?
About ready, I think, yeah.
So what did you think, Paul, then? You've got me on tender hooks.
Well, I think in the metal, there are good bits and bad bits on both cars. I think the blue car, you were right not to paint it. Actually, the bodywork is very, very good. It's a California car. It's benefited from clearly no corrosion in its life. It's a nice, really nice condition bodywork. The interior on the car is a little bit more used, a little bit more tired maybe, but actually I was saying that the quality of the materials they've used are very, very correct. I think the Robert Mitchum history is really nice, especially when you see that he owned it for a period of time. It wasn't a car that he sort of owned for 6 months. Yes. It was a car he actually owned for 5 years and purchased directly from Alberto Sordi, another famous Italian actor. It makes sense to send it to America because of the history. American collectors tend to be more critical on condition. Yeah. I think it's worth investing some money in not doing anything fundamental to the car, but just cleaning and preparing it. Be estimating it for auction between 130 and 160 as an estimate, and expecting the car to sell somewhere around the 140, 150,000 bracket. This car's a bit more of a mystery to me. I think this car's had a bit more of a commercial restoration, although I'm reassured there are some restoration files in photos in here. One thing that, looking through the file, that jumps out at me as being a potential issue that I'd like to look into, I don't believe it's an original engine in the car. In addition, you've painted it white.
Yes.
The paint's not bad at all, but there's
That's
obviously
Lexi paint.
Lexi paint. Okay, when he's done it, you know, he's reused rubbers, for example, from the original ones that happen to have traces of blue on it.
Okay.
And he hasn't done the big job, which is to have to take the dashboard out, and in the car, inside the window, you can see the blue still.
All right.
So there's a few little details there that might flag to a potential
The
buyer.
value, yes.
Yeah. I think that if it's non-matching in its present condition, the car probably, to get it sold reliably, is going to be estimated around the 100,000 to 130,000 mark.
All right.
I believe it should sell for the top end of that. I'm happy to send it down to Monaco. It's a nice car. Again, I think it's worth preparing it well, giving it all a really nice detail and a clean.
And then just for coming up, you've got a present, Paul.
Oh,
You have a
oh,
present.
I'll come back again.
Absolutely. So you know we work on the books, yes?
Yeah.
So Martin, the photographer, signed this. You got RM Sotheby's there, Dimension, and so that's my gift to you.
Thank you very much, Mike. I've seen some cars in some odd places. I've never seen one on the factory floor before, so
All right,
that's a
so-
first.